Basketball fans, welcome to Nderitu Basketball on YouTube. So, man, the NBA, the final 2023-2024 NBA regular season standings are out, and the final day for the regular season was yesterday, but by recording this video, this happened, not even recording, but the live stream. It happened today morning. Some of the games happened yesterday before I slept at 11, 12, and I caught on to some of them when they are happening, and majority of the time I just made sure to try to keep up with them. But this postseason is just going to be quite interesting. So OKC grabbed the number 1 seed, Denver the number 2 seed. They're tied with a similar record. Then you had the Minnesota Timberwolves, 56 wins, the LA Clippers 51, the Dallas Mavericks 50. So you can see the 50-win teams already had a playoff locked spot. Then the Pelicans, thanks to my Lakers, they lost their chance to secure the number 6 seed, and the Suns got bumped to the number 6 seed. So this is actually quite fun because you can see the number 1 and number 2 seeds. We don't know who they're gonna face, but we know the Minnesota Timberwolves are gonna match up with the Suns, and the Clippers and Mavs. So that's actually quite awesome. And the teams I'm actually quite monitoring in this play-in tournament are the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers. As you can see, I love the Los Angeles Lakers, even I won their cup. So I'm just rooting for them. I feel like they can secure the 7th seed, and they can be able to make quick work of the Pelicans to make the 7th seed, as they did last time and in the last postseason. So that was actually quite awesome. And not much changes here. We're going to see that rematch, the Golden State Warriors with the Sacramento Kings. We saw how they did in the postseason last season, and it all went to 7 games. So I'm not sure how that roster is looking, because I'm not sure how Golden State is looking right now, but we will know. So 7 and 8. So the loser of 7 and 8 will have to match up with the winner of 9 and 10, and the guy who loses 9 and 10 gets automatically knocked out, and he's gone. That team is gone. So I feel like the Western Conference finals, the West finals are the real NBA finals, because you can see, as compared to the East has only produced a 160-win team and 150-win team. So only 2 teams have locked up 50 wins and going forward. So this is actually quite something that I was closely monitoring, and I must say the East doesn't look like that strong, and the West are just tearing everything apart. Then one thing that I saw was the Cavs deliberately losing their game against the Hornets so that they can drop to the 4th seed. The Bucks, I mean, despite the Bucks being a 3 seed, they're going to match up against the Pacers, and the Bucks under Coach Doc Rivers, they have just been deplorable, honestly. They've not been able to do anything worthwhile. And the Knicks, they didn't care. 50 wins. Jalen Brunson is just that guy, man. He's just that guy. It's funny that 50 wins gets you the 2nd seed in the East, because LeBron James in the 2018 postseason, he had 50 wins with that depleted Cavs team, and the 50 wins was the 4th seed. So that tells you, like, that man, he's marking the postseason, and Cleveland history remains unrivaled. But you can see Cleveland, they made the 4th seed, which was actually quite awesome. And another thing that I saw, and I must say I'm very disappointed, is the Sixers. I mean, the Sixers, I expected them to at least lock up either the 5th to 6th seed, but right now they're put out the 7th seed. So it's just going to be that type of year, because Joel Embiid, he missed some significant time, so it's just going to be quite difficult for him to be able to do anything worthwhile. Then we've got the Miami Heat, the 8th seed. They were in the play-in tournament last year, and they made it to the NBA Finals. So you never know what you're going to expect with this Miami Heat squad. Then you've got the Bulls and Hawks. I hope DeMar DeRozan's daughter goes to this game, because her screams really took off the other team when they're hitting the free throws. So I'm just waiting to see how this playing tournament is gonna pan out, and I'll just be producing and popping up with videos as they come. And honestly, I didn't even know how to name this stream because I just wanted to just give my insights on what I've seen and in this post. I know I've not been making a lot of NBA videos, but I will just come back and make a lot of these type of videos just to talk about this. So it has just been quite interesting to see how the West has looked. I never saw a situation where the OKC Thunder will clinch the #1 seed. I always felt like the Denver Nuggets. I think I have a Denver Nuggets cap here. So as you can see, I actually got this one when the Denver Nuggets won the 2023 NBA championship. So I just made sure to cop that. Okay, I'm a Lakers fan and also got a Warriors one just to troll. I got a Warriors hat just to troll. So honestly, I just love it. I just love how things are just going on right now. So I'm just going to tune into all of that, and also I'm just gonna come up with content just to talk about this, and expect more videos. So it is time. So yeah. Then let's just check out NBA on Twitter. I'm just on their Twitter page. Then there's this nice graphic there. Just bring it up on the screen. So I just like the way they've just done it, and for sure the Lakers, when they make the 7th seed, they're gonna have that rematch against the Nuggets. The Nuggets they swept the Lakers in the in the West Finals, not the first round. They swept the Lakers in the West Finals, which I must say I never expected the Lakers to make the West Finals. I do not expect an upset here, so as much as I'm really rooting for like the Lakers to go ahead and win it, I feel like the Nuggets are gonna win this thing in 7 games. So yeah, the Pelicans, I'm not sure if they can be able to like get past the Warriors, if the Warriors make it. And the Warriors okay, I'm just gearing up for the OKC Thunder versus Warriors to go in there. Then on this one, honestly, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure about the 76ers, but I feel like the Heat are gonna get the 7th seed. Then we'll have Sixers versus Hawks, and we all know how that goes. So if Joel Embiid is not going to be able to will this team to be able to get as much success that they need, you're going to see the Atlanta Hawks match up against the Boston Celtics in the first round. So we all don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. I just want to see Joel Embiid do something in the postseason. If he gets knocked out in the play-in, it's just going to be very embarrassing, because last season when Joel Embiid lost in the second round against the Boston Celtics, I remember that was game 7, and I was just like, this is the one game that you need to like put everything on, but eventually nothing clicked and he lost. So for the Sixers getting knocked out, I know a lot of people are going to excuse Joel Embiid for not being able to get it done when it came to the postseason this year because he got injured. I know people are going to remember his 71-point performance, but his inability to make it past the second round is the reason as to why he's not going to get the respect that he truly wants. And that's one thing that he wants every single time. I know he won the MVP award last year, but we all know what we want. We want to see Joel Embiid lift the Larry O'Brien trophy, just the same way that Giannis did. And Giannis, I don't think there's so much pressure on Giannis that much because he already won the championship. But the way the Miami Heat beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round in 5 games, I'm pretty sure Giannis is just gonna gear up for East Finals appearance, and hopefully he can be able to make it past the Celtics. But the Celtics are just looking the strongest team. They're just looking like the strongest team. But all in all, I'm just gearing up towards that, and I'll be popping up by with such videos just to talk about this. So yeah, this playoff picture just looks awesome, just looks good, and I'll just be popping by making videos like this because, man, be prepared. And also this weekend we'll also see some BL action. So on our regular programming, you'll get to see a lot of BAL content, and I'll try to make these streams regular because, man, I just love this time because this is the time where we get so much basketball every single day. From the time the regular season tipped off, we were guaranteed so many games. Every single day we had games, and this time every single game, every single win counts, because right now you have to beat a team 4 times. And but with the things the way they're looking right now, first round matchup, the LA Lakers, not not LA Lakers, LA Clippers versus the Mavs. This is such a difficult one to call. I'm not sure I'm not sure what to say on that one, because honestly it's so difficult, because on one hand I really like the Clippers with the way they're playing this season, and I really like the Mavs, but one of them has to go, and I'm not sure if I make my prediction now it's gonna pan out well, but I just leave a huge question mark there. If the Suns play well against the Minnesota Timberwolves, they can make it past in 6 games, so that's a given. Cavs and Orlando Magic, I feel like the Cavs are looking towards beating this team in 5 games. Honestly, the Bucks versus the Pacers, man, this is just a difficult one, because on one hand I can say Bucks in 5, but the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, can even push this thing to 7 games. So yeah, this is just going to be one hell of a postseason. I've been looking forward to like some competitive basketball. I know the NBA tried the in-season tournament, which was actually quite a thriller, and I can say it was actually quite successful. Hopefully you can be able to see like majority of that energy in the postseason, because sometimes in postseasons in like a few years back, I really felt bored when I was watching them. But in this one, every single series is just a nail biter, and I'll just be here to just see everything through. And also just to mention something that happened yesterday. We had, let me just pull this one up on the screen. So FIBA suspended Burundi following Dynamo's ball fiasco. So I made a video talking about this whole situation. I made a video talking about like the implications that might happen when FEBABU disrespected the BAL sponsors like that. In this case, it was Visit Rwanda. So FEBABU has until 24th April to have submitted explanation statements and evidence to the governing body, FIBA. So this is an article by Mozart Sport. It's by Lynette. So thank you, Lynette, for this one. So the Basketball World Governing Body, FIBA, has provisionally suspended the Burundi Basketball Federation, FEBABU, following the withdrawal of Burundian champions club Dynamo from the Basketball African League in March. So that whole situation, what happened was, long story, Dynamo had a game against the Cape Town Tigers. They went ahead and censored, and they put tape on the Visit Rwanda emblem that was on the jerseys, and that's the reason. And that thing really rubbed the sponsors the wrong way. And even as I was looking deeper into that whole situation, one thing I saw was in that photo, just to like start off with the BAL, you could see there was some hesitation to have the Dynamo team play, but the league officials just ruled that that game should happen. Then they'll take action later, because if they pull that game out of prime time, they will have lost a lot of money in the sponsorship. So FIBA accuses FEBABU for backing Dynamo in the fiasco that saw the national champions refuse to play the BAL games with the Visit Rwanda logos in their BAL provided uniforms on display. So you can see in a very long tweet, let me just pull up the tweet real quick, that has the official FIBA statement. So you can see it's by email only, coming from FIBA. So this letter constitutes the opening of disciplinary proceedings against the Federation the Basketball FEBABU for its actions regarding the participation of Dynamo Basketball Club in the Basketball African League and its eventual disqualification of such competitions. So as you know, the club's participation in the season 4 of the BL, regarding the participation on 9th March 2024, FEBABU addressed a letter to FIBA the FIBA regional office Africa and the president of BAL requesting the club to be allowed to play in BAL without the Visit Rwanda sponsor displayed on their jersey. So they wanted to play with one condition, that Visit Rwanda, that Visit Rwanda logo not be there. So, which is something that was actually quite impossible. The letter also informed that FEBABU had recommended the club to abstain from playing BAL games if not permitted to play without the sponsor. So they even went ahead and just put up some tape on it. So I'm just going to leave the link to it there, but long story short, you can see FEBABU is provisionally suspended pending resolution from the present disciplinary proceedings by decision from the FIBA Central Board. So that letter was addressed to FEBABU. FIBA says FEBABU actions constitute an infringement of applicable provisions of the FIBA General Statutes, bringing discredit and disrepute to FIBA and tarnishing the image and reputation of the sport of basketball. So the letter noted that national member federations must observe the FIBA General Statutes, the internal regulations and other rules, regulations and decisions of the FIBA. So FEBABU has until 24th April to submit explanation statements and evidence to FIBA in regards to their actions. So just as I mentioned in a previous video that I made immediately after the Kalahari conference kicked off, not even kicked off, as it ended, as we did a closer look. I didn't want to make a video in the middle. I just wanted to make a video at the end because I felt like what Burundi did was actually quite disrespectful. What FEBABU did was actually quite disrespectful. And for some reason, I felt like that situation was not over, because despite being knocked off and being unplugged from the BL, there was that valiant effort where the BL tried to erase Dynamo. They removed Dynamo games. The Dynamo games were not present, and they somewhat tried to suppress that situation. The only place you could be able to get the whole story was the Africa Basket website. That's why they talked about it. But when you watched the BAL from the BL Daily Show by Silale, you could see they try to suppress that narrative. And I really look for that information to make sure that I got the whole story. And my God, the FIBA and the BL are going to really punish FEBABU and Burundi. And just like that, FEBABU has ruined it for every single team in Burundi that wants to play in the BAL. They'll never be able to play, and they'll always be treated unfairly. And for some reason, I just felt like they're gonna get blackballed, because you just cannot get away with doing this. You cannot get away with such actions. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I was actually waiting to see FIBA just drop the hammer on this team, and they're going to drop an anchor so hard on this nation, to the point where they will not be able to do anything. They'll always be treated unfairly, because not only did you piss off Visit Rwanda, and Visit Rwanda is a global brand. You can see Visit Rwanda, the emblem is on Arsenal jerseys, PSG jerseys, so they're a big brand. You cannot afford to piss them off, because if you piss off a powerful person, they'll do whatever it takes to make sure that you suffer. And even from this whole story, you could see two of the Dynamo players left the team, and you could see the team is just left with to deal with their own decisions, and FEBABU are the ones that are going to take the brunt of it. It's not even Dynamo specifically that's going to get affected. The whole FEBABU is going to get punished. And I don't think at this point they're going to be able to compete in any road to BAL. I'm pretty sure the BL and FIBA will make sure that Burundi gets suppressed completely. And they're going to serve as an example to other nations who try to do that. Because I found it very uncouth to say, you want to censor the logo just because Rwanda and Burundi had some political issues, and you don't want to do that. So if you went ahead and competed in the whole road to BAL and locked up the 3 spot, and you knew that the jerseys you're going to play with the jerseys with that emblem, why did you participate in the first place? If you don't want to participate, go away. You don't have to disrespect them, and you want to play in that place and continue disrespecting them. Nah, it's not gonna fly. And FIBA are just going to silently just blackball this team, and they're just gonna really, really struggle. So yeah, this is something that's very, very unacceptable. Very unacceptable. I saw this story in passing, and I just said, let me just make a couple of reactions to it, because man, this is actually quite it's actually quite serious, and it's something that FEBABU should not take lightly. And if they don't adhere to this, there's a high likelihood that they can even get like totally cancelled or even suspended completely. And the funny thing is, when I looked at even the social media, you could see there was the departure of Israel Oboto. He left. You can see even with this, they thought that people could just side with them, but even in the comments when I was looking at them, people are not even siding with them at all. Even I made a video talking about them. You will never play in BAL. You have single-handedly ruined it all for the Burundi teams. This was also, I made this post on March 14th. Excuse me. I made that post on March 14th when I saw that. And majority of the time, misinformation, you are not excluded. Dynamo made that choice not to comply. It's all on y'all, true. So you could see majority of the people did not side with them at all, because they are the ones who made that decision. I don't know why they're trying to make themselves as if they were fighting for something. And you could see the sheer disrespect. Look at this. Let's just go in. You could see they put tape on it. They literally just put tape on that. And this one really rubbed the sponsors the wrong way, honestly. And they will never get a fair shake ever. Never. Yeah, I mean, Dynamo and FEBABU just screwed it up for everyone in Burundi. And I feel for even there's this team called Urunani. This is a team hailing from Burundi. So what are they supposed to do? And they have BAL inspiration. And FEBABU are the governing body that are in Burundi, and they're going to play Urunani. It has to play under it. So this is crazy. It's crazy, man. They just ruined it for themselves. And this was the photo. This one was taken in their first game that they played, and you could see even on March 10th has forfeited its game against FES Rabat, refusing to comply with the league's rules governing body, governing jersey and uniform requirements. So it's crazy, man. You cannot help these people. You cannot help them. And that's just about it. So I'm just gonna end the stream there. I just wanted to make it short and just give my insights on that. But I'm just gonna look forward to just this postseason, also the BAL, and also anything anything Kenyan basketball. Also, just talk about it. And also, if you haven't watched the KBF weekly, I'll be doing weekly reports on what I've seen in KBF. So please be sure to tune into that, and also be popping up on YouTube and Twitch. So we're also streaming on Twitch. So be sure to check me out on Twitch as well. So if you guys like the stream, be sure to like, share, and also subscribe, and also hit the bell when you subscribe to get notified on everything I post. And with that one, I'm out.